guys, I hope everybody's having an awesome day. I mentioned that I offer my bridal clients a bridal makeup and hair touch-up kit at the end of my appointments on the day of the wedding, and a ton of you immediately asked me to do a video showing what I put in my bridal makeup touch-up kits, how I do touch-ups for brides. So we're going to talk all about that in today's video. Many established makeup artists in the bridal industry offer bridal makeup and hair touch-up kits to their client as part of their service. This just ensures your client that the makeup that you do for them on the day of, they can maintain this throughout the day. If they're sweating, crying, if their nose starts running, that they will have stuff with them to be able to touch up to make sure their makeup looks great throughout the day. A lot of clients, I'm sure, would love to book you for the entire day, but one, it has to be worth your while, and two, they have to pay you for an entire day booking, which a lot of people are not going to do. So if you hand them off a little touch-up kit, you can leave knowing that they're feeling confident that they can keep their makeup touched up throughout the night. And just as a side note, if you are somebody that is looking to get into the bridal makeup industry, you want to aim for bridal makeup applications that will last throughout the day with very minimal touch-ups. This is very important, and this is why prepping the skin and doing all this stuff and using great quality makeup in your kits for bridal is important, because you really don't want your clients having to do a ton of touch-ups on their own face throughout the day. There's a lot of pictures being taken that you might want to add to your portfolio. So you want to make sure that your makeup application stays intact and it looks great throughout the day, no matter what time of day, no matter how long it's been on their face, so that any pictures you get, their makeup looks great and you can use them for your portfolio. One of the main things that you need to remember when you are putting together touch-up kits for your brides is to make sure you keep your costs down. Once I show you exactly what I put in my touch-up kits, you'll kind of better understand how to do this. Disposable wands and applicators, you want to be buying those in bulk. You're going to be using them for your kit, and then you also want to be able to throw them in your touch-up kits as well. Any packaging for your touch-up kits, you want to make sure you can find somewhere where you can purchase them very inexpensively. For me, a lot of the times I pick up the bags that I put my touch-up kits in from the dollar store. Sometimes if I have the opportunity to order them in bulk from a supplier, I can do that as well. And you can get as fancy as you want to get with them. Let me just talk to you about a couple examples of bags that you can use to put all of the products for your touch-up kits in. There are tons of people that customize these things. So there are people that will find things on the internet and they'll use fabric bags, they'll customize them with a printed logo. A great option to use are these little tiny paper bags. A lot of people will be throwing out the bag at the hotel or wherever you're getting them ready, and they'll put the contents of their touch-up kits just in their purse. Right now, I've been using these tiny white little paper bags that I actually found at the dollar store. What I like to do is stamp the front of them. You can stamp them with thank you. You can get a stamp with your own logo on it and stamp the outside of the bag. You can stamp a wedding cake on here. You can stamp a lipstick tube, whatever you want to do to decorate your bags. Normally, I will fill these guys up with the contents of the touch-up kit. What I also like to do is hole punch. So I'll hole punch the bag, I'll fold the bag over, and then I'll just fasten with a little bit of ribbon. You can get as creative as you want. These paper bags are so inexpensive because people are gonna throw them out anyways. I've also seen people do more practical touch-up kits, and they'll pack the touch-up kits in bags that are useful and the brides will use again and again. This is an example of kind of just a small, it's almost like a Ziploc bag. It's a little bit better quality than a Ziploc bag, and some makeup artists will just cram everything in here. It's nice and tiny and compact, so your clients and your bride won't feel like they need to unpack the bag, and they can just throw this in their purse. So remember that usually on the wedding day, your clients are bringing smaller bags with them. So if you're making them huge touch-up kits, a lot of that is going to go in the garbage or they won't use it. So try to keep everything small and compact, and either put them in a bag that they can use, that's useful, that will fit in their purse, or in something like a paper bag or a little fabric bag, and they can either keep it or toss it, and you won't feel too bad about that when they do that. Now let's talk about the stuff that I like to put in my touch-up kits. So usually if I am doing makeup and hair as a service, I will put both things that are required for touch-ups in one bag. If you're doing just makeup, you would just put items that are required for makeup touch-ups. If you're doing just hair, it's great to offer a just hair only touch-up kit as well to your clients. So if I'm doing makeup and hair, here's what I would put in the bag. I always include a straw. Usually people do not think about this. They won't purchase them on their own for the day of. This way, if they have champagne or there's something they want to have a little bit of sip of, a little bit of water, it won't wreck the lipstick. So I will always stick a straw and keep some straws handy in my kit. The next thing you want to include is some Kleenex, a tiny little package of Kleenex if you can find it. This is just a regular travel package of Kleenex that you would find at Walmart. If you really want to maximize, they don't need a whole pack. You can open this, you can cut it in half, and then each client gets half of a Kleenex package. So you're buying one Kleenex package and it will work for 2 clients. So think about that if you can't find a little Kleenex package that is a tiny bit smaller. You want to make sure that you include a couple beautiful sponges. These are tiny little sponges that I buy in bulk from Sally Beauty. This way they can just touch up their foundation and their complexion if their face gets shiny, if anything smears. I would also let them know to use these sponges like a beauty blender. So dampen them, squeeze out the water, and then touch up their complexion. Great tip to give to your clients, and it's a better way for them to sort of maintain the foundation and makeup application that you've put on them throughout the day. Another great add-on to maintaining the face is the oil blotting sheet. I have one of these. It's just the regular clean and clear oil blotting paper. Another great thing to do is actually attach this to a business card. What I will do is take my business card and attach it with a little paper clip. That way they've got their oil blotting sheet. You can use 1 or 2 per client. You don't have to give them a whole package. That's too expensive. And you also get your business card in there, so they are able to contact you again if they want to book you for their own wedding or another wedding or an event. So make sure to put your contact information on a business card inside that touch-up kit as well. Tiny little disposable containers like this one are really helpful to have in your kit. What I like to do is scrape off the lip color that I've made for them, whether it's directly from a tube of lipstick or if it's something that I've mixed together on a palette. I'll scrape the color that I've made, put that in here. That way they can ensure that it's the same lip color that they are leaving with. They can easily touch up. Along with the containers, I will also throw in some disposable lip wands. That way they can just dig into the container with the lipstick on, touch it up, and they don't have to worry about their lip color fading throughout the night. Another nice thing to do is to put some translucent setting powder in a separate little container. So you would be giving your client 2 tiny little containers. They can use one of the sponges that you're including just to powder if they need to absorb any shine or freshen up their makeup. So the little containers are great for that. And if you can find these in bulk, buy them in bulk, because these things can be pricey if you buy them in smaller packages of 20 or 10. So you want to make sure your costs are staying low. Some people also like to use more plastic containers. Whatever you can find that is affordable for you to maintain and to buy in bulk is what you should be using for that. I do a lot of hair and makeup together, so in my touch-up kits I make sure to include stuff for hair as well. I like to include smaller bottles of hairspray. This is a great add-on. You can buy these at the dollar store for like $1. Buy a ton if you can find them there. And then I also will include some bobby pins, and usually with the bobby pins I make sure that I am including the bobby pins that I used in their hairstyle, so that there is practical use for the stuff that you're throwing in their bag. You're not just throwing in any loose pins that you have, so keep that in mind. If you are somebody that is doing hair only, it is great to offer some hairspray and a few bobby pins in a little tiny bag with your business card if you're doing hair only. It's just a nice add-on for your clients. So if you are only doing hair, think about offering a touch-up kit to your clients as well. But for me, all of my hair and makeup, if I am offering hair and makeup, goes in one bag. If I'm not doing hair, then I don't include the hairspray or the pins, and it's just the makeup related stuff. Some other things that you might want to include in your touch-up kits are Q-tips. Some people like to include little hair elastics. I've seen people put samples of hand cream in there. So whatever you want to do to customize and make your touch-up kits special for your clients is what you should be doing. But just remember to keep your costs down. You need to think about how much each touch-up kit is costing per person. So you want to buy things as inexpensively as possible. You don't want to be giving people $20 touch-up kits, way too much. You want to have these touch-up kits costing you, I would say, $3 to $5 a person. $5 is a little bit high, so 3 and under, that's usually what I aim for with my touch-up kits. Be aware of that when you are buying products for these kits. You do not want to break the bank with these. It's just an inexpensive little add-on that's a nice service for your clients, and it will just make them feel better about booking you. And as far as the customization goes, go crazy. I have friends that do really beautiful fabric bags. They order them in bulk somewhere online, and then they stamp the bags with their logos. So they order custom stamps with their own logos on it, and I think that's amazing. I don't get as crazy with the customization because I don't do as many weddings as I used to, but I do like to stamp a little thank you and a little wedding cake, and go as creative as you want. Get some nice ribbon, whatever you can do inexpensively to make your clients feel special, and it's just a nice little takeaway for them. And do not forget your business card. You want to have that in there. It's a great way to have them remember you, and if they need makeup services again, they'll remember that they saw a business card in that touch-up kit, and they will call you or email you back. So make it easy for them to remember you so that they call you if they need their makeup done again. I like to give out these touch-up kits as soon as I'm done with my client. So once I'm done with their makeup or hair, I make sure they take a look at it, I make sure they're happy with everything, and then I pack up their touch-up kit and give it to them before they leave my chair. So I will take the lip color that I used on them, put it in a container, I will put whatever hairpins they need, couple Q-tips, whatever it is that I need. I'll pack that up, I'll tie it up with a little ribbon and give it to them so they have that as soon as they're done with me. I also mentioned in one of my other videos that I do like to have 10 minutes at the end of the appointment to make sure everybody is just quickly powdered and their lipstick looks fresh. So you can line up everybody, make sure everybody has their little touch-up kits with them, everybody's organized, and then you can go through and quickly just powder, add a little bit of lipstick, refresh the blush if you need to. So I will do that at the end of the appointment. But just to keep things organized, I make sure that I am giving my clients their touch-up kit as soon as I am done with their appointment. Also remind your clients not to mix up the touch-up kits. If you want to write their names on the bottom of the bag before you give it to them, that is another way that you can keep things organized. It gets really chaotic, and oftentimes people will just put the touch-up kit down and everybody gets confused and no one knows whose lip color is which and whose bag is whose. So you also might want to write their name at the bottom of the bag. Just do whatever you need to do to make sure things are organized, but make sure they don't leave without that touch-up kit. And also bring a few extra supplies with you in case you have a last-minute makeup application. You can quickly throw a touch-up kit together for those last-minute appointments that you may have. So always bring extra supplies with you to your wedding appointments. And that's everything that I put in my touch-up kits. I want you guys to get as creative as you want to with them. Make the bags as personal as you can. Get your logos on there and make sure you include your business cards. Do what works for you, but keep the cost down. I like to keep my touch-up kits between $3 and $5. $5 is actually quite high. So if you can get them sort of under the $3 mark per person in terms of cost, that's where you should be. You don't want to spend too much money on this, but you do want to make them feel like you've put together a special touch-up kit for them, and it looks cute and it also advertises your services. But definitely consider doing this if you seriously want to get into bridal makeup and hair. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was helpful for everybody that requested this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and come say hi to me on social media, and don't forget to check out my blog as well. I will link to all of that in the description box. You guys know if you have any questions, comments, video suggestions in the comments box below. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye!